So, I'm currently 16 and I've been posting to YouTube for about 2.5 years. I've been trying to make money, just hustling on real life hustles, jobs, online businesses, all sorts of different things, investing for about 4 years now. I've been working part-time and or now full-time jobs since I was 12. It's about 4 years, 4.5 years now. So I've been doing, even though I'm only 16, I've been doing, a lot of the things I'm doing now, content, the gym I've been working out for about 3 years, going to the gym for just over 1 year. I've been on my journey of like fitness and content and business and just making money in any way possible for about 4 years. And the reality of this is that it's gonna take a long time. I did my first little side hustle of selling my first ever proper, I'd done a few random things in the past for money, but the first ever actual side hustle business that I tried consistently was selling snacks in school. And so it was I started in probably early 2022. I was 12 at the time, in year 7, just got into high school or secondary school, and I basically would get off the bus and I would either walk along the oval, and I'd either go out the alleyway that was right in front of the bus stop and run out the alleyway so none of the teachers could see me, and then go down to the shops. There's this little cheap shop, or I'd just go across the oval out the side exit of the school where there was really no one there. It's a car park and there's really nothing there, and just sneak out of there. I'd get off the bus at 8:30 and I'd go out of school at 8:30, 8:35, straight away out of school, go to the shops and have to get back by 9 o'clock, because I had obviously class. And I was in year 7, so I was 13, I was 12, 13, and I would go and I'd buy 12 pack or 15 pack little bags of chocolates or lollies or whatever, and I'd go to school and try and sell them. And a lot of the times I wasn't even making much money. I'd buy a bag for $5 and sell it off for 7. But after a while, a few months, people started to know me. I had a few repeat customers. I had some guys who I knew, some guys who were older than me, some guys, sometimes you just come across people who just have a bunch of cash on them. Especially in year 7, all the year 7s have lunch money from their parents, and they've got $10 or $5 or some change or whatever, or 20. They've just got random amounts of money, which as a 12-year-old you didn't need that. But there's spoiled kids with a bunch of money for lunch. Lunch money is $20. What do you need $20 for lunch for? You can get lunch for $4. But eventually I started making some more money. I got to a point where I was making probably $10 a day, $10 to $15 a day was the peak, when I was actually selling all day. And that was just the first business I actually tried consistently. I'd done a few things before that, but that was the first thing I actually properly stuck to. Then after that I had recycling cans. I'd go and collect cans from the side of the road or from bins, or I had a part-time job cleaning paddocks, horse paddocks, which I got when I was 12. It was my first part-time job. And basically it was the older couple who owned the place, and I would work there, and there's some other people there, but they used to drink cans of Coke every day, and I'd get cans of Coke, and they'd give me free can of Coke every time I'd go there. Get one out of the fridge while you're working, because it was pretty hot, it was out in the sun, so I'd get a can of Coke or whatever. And so I basically was hey guys, I've got this box, I have written on it, can you guys just put all the cans of Coke in this box rather than recycling? All the cans and the bottles and shit, just put in this box. So it started like that, and then eventually, after I build it up, you get $10, $15, maybe $20 if you let it build up for a month or two. I started putting out letterbox drops to all the roads around me and all the places. I put up probably 400 or 500 flyers to the roads around me, and I eventually had about 6, 7, maybe even 8 people at one time who would just message me, hey Sam, I've got a bag or a box of bottles or cans or whatever for you, and I'd go around and collect them on my bike. This little I had one of those little bike trailers where you put a kid, a baby in the bike trailer, and it was attached to the back wheel, and you just ride around. I had one of those with cardboard boxes in it. I just fill them up with cans, bottles, and then recycle it every month, a couple of weeks. That was the next business I tried, and then it spiraled onto a few different things, and then for the next couple of years it was mainly online and just my job, and then it was some investing, and then I tried a few IRL hustles about a year ago, started last year. I tried a few IRL hustles since then, but none of them really worked at all. I got really no money from any IRL hustles in the last like year and a half since those first few. So I've been trying to do all online stuff, whether it be crypto, reselling, which I made no money from, investing, which at the moment I'm down on. Not like overall, but just like recently, the community. I've tried a whole bunch of different things, and I've really not made much money from any of them other than like investing and those first few side hustles. But I tried a whole bunch of things. I did a whole bunch of stuff. I've gone on a whole bunch of journeys, and the raw reality is it just is reps on reps on reps on reps. It's hustle after hustle, business after business. You start with getting some shit part-time job. That leads to, oh, I can get money for those cans we're always drinking. So you start recycling the cans. Then you go down and you see, some guy cleaning the windows at the can, place. You go in and put all the cans. So you start a window cleaning business, and that makes no money. So you try this. So you try to do, and it just spirals. And no matter where you start from, no matter where you are, it spirals, and you keep moving and evolving until eventually you get something that works, something hits, right? You might have to try 3 businesses, you might have to try 10, you might have to try 20. Hell, you might even have to try 100 different business models before one really works and takes off properly, where you're making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. But just do it. Get it done. Try. Show up. I'm not rich. I've not made a whole bunch of money. Matter of fact, I've barely made any money from businesses and hustles. Like if I had to add up all the money I've made outside of my job, just like hustles, business, side hustles, online stuff, probably a couple thousand. A couple thousand across maybe 4 years of IRL hustles and online stuff, a couple grand. Very little money online, very little. And then I've got investing, which obviously is a bit different because you sort of just put the money in and let it sit there. But just put in the reps, show up, business model. At the moment, my main focus is my job, and then I've got investing in like crypto, and then I'm trying to build this community. So I'm posting content multiple times a day, long form videos, trying to build my community, trying to give value inside of there. I know that I'll get what I deserve, so I need to put more value inside of the community, and people will start to join. I started the community nearly 9 months ago, and I posted a lot. I got a lot of views, not a lot of views, but I got thousands of views on long form videos. No one's joined yet. So I need to, crank out more content, get more views, experiment with different things, different titles, thumbnails, different styles, different, formats of videos. And it's really just experiment, try something until it works. And I know that I've already tried just, make like money from content, and even from this channel, like 5 different ways. I tried to sell an ebook back in like the end of 2024. I've had a Discord server I tried to make money from. I've got my community. I've tried making money posting like podcast clips. I've tried a whole bunch of different things. I've tried so many different things. I know I've got to try so many more. And hopefully, this one that I found at the moment, between like the investing and the crypto, and my content and the community, hopefully these two are looking like solid ways. Like it seems like these are ones where I can just keep putting in reps and it'll work. There's not been much major roadblocks. Like things like reselling, there's roadblocks with obviously selling things, there's age verifications, there's IDs and stuff like that, which I don't have because I'm 16, right? So there's a lot of those things I can't do. But content and having a paid community, I can do. Buying crypto, I can do. Right? There's ways to do it. There's ways to follow the rules and do it. There's ways to get around the rules. There's ways to do all sorts of different things. So I found ways that work and I'm doing them. Put in the reps. And the reality of trying to chase success, chase just having motion, is it's just reps on reps on reps on reps for years. You see a lot of people you see on social media made it out in a matter of months, but what you don't see is they didn't go from 0 to 100 in a matter of months. They went from 0 to 1 in a couple of years, and then 1 to 100 in a couple of months. They had their big break, but they put in years of effort before that. I know when I get that one video that finally blows up, and I get a couple 100k views, I start to get clients, get sales, couple grand a month from the businesses, I get 1 times, whatever. With that one video, if I ever do that, get that one big hit, it's going to be like, overnight success. You went from having a few hundred or a few thousand subs, getting really no views, overnight success, all of a sudden you just went from a small little channel to, making it, right? It's like, yeah, well that's great, but I posted like 4,000 videos for like, 3 years before that. But yeah, overnight success, yeah. Good job, guys. You figured it out. It's not overnight success. It's reps. It's years. Some people, individual things. That one video you make that blows up might not take years. It'll probably take a few hours. That one business you started that finally makes all that money, after you had all the connections and a little bit of investment, probably won't take years. Might take a few weeks, few months. But all the lead up to that takes years. So get to it. Check out the link in the channel description. That'll take you to my school community if you're interested. Check it out. Subscribe, leave a like on the video, comment what your big goal is, what the number one thing is you're chasing. For me, I want to make 100k, I want to get 100k, I want to make 1k with my laptop, etc. I want to make 1k a month from my community is my current goal. And then I want 100k, because with 100k, I know that if it happens super quickly, I'll still be like 17 or 18. If it takes a lot longer, I'll be older. And I can then just take the money, travel, do what I want, experiment, keep learning, keep living life. You know, I'm a student of life, so see you in the next one.